Hey guys, what is up and welcome to a new Tesla update video. So today, as per usual, let's go over Tesla, let's go over the market, let's talk about what we can expect moving forward, and really all that good stuff. So all that being said and done, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button. This is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. And of course, my membership section on YouTube is live. That link is down below. In the description of the video, you get access to all my intraday thoughts, posts, updates, technical analysis, options flows, etc. on Tesla, sometimes the broader market as well, for just $2.99 a month. Or you can upgrade to the $4.99 a month for all that. Plus, you also get my Nvidia thoughts, updates, etc. daily as well. Speaking of Nvidia, we have obviously Nvidia earnings coming out, so you know that's going to be pretty important. But pretty much 123 to 130 are the major levels. There's a lot of calls coming in. We'll see. This overall situation we're in right now for the market as a whole really feels like it rests on Nvidia's shoulders, right? I think they'll beat, but whether or not the market reacts positively, even if it's a beat, is still the question, right? We have seen earnings where, you know, companies would do pretty well. Like the earnings is pretty solid, but it's the market, you know, the market still sells it off, right? Maybe because it ran up into earnings, or maybe there was too much price in. Who knows how the market's going to react, right? But it does feel like it kind of hinges on Nvidia right now. So we'll see how that goes and we'll see how that plays out. But jumping into a Tesla, not closed yet, 15 minutes left in the market. I'm recording this early, so I can be ready for, you know, Nvidia earnings as myself. But looks like it'll be closing the day. We'll just say down about 1.5%, we'll say, right? Closing out, we'll just say about $205, $206 per share. So let's talk about this and what I think about it and what I can, expect moving forward for the rest of the week and really to close out the month, right? So let's talk about it, right? Let's start off with the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart, you can see here, we are setting up a massive bull flag, right? We've been in this bull flag / downward channel for, quite some time now. And now we're still, within it. Obviously, we came to the bottom of the channel once again. And so far, we're finding a bounce, which is nice to see. Now, this is the bull flag in a few aspects, right? Number one, if you take the Fibonacci from this swing low all the way over here to the swing high all the way over here, right? We're pretty much still within this bull flag territory, within the bull flag realm, if you will, right? We can go as low as $200 per share. Let's say sometime, honestly, by Friday. It's a possibility. And we're still in the bull flag. That's number one. And the reason I also bring this up is because, well, today, with this massive fall to the downside that we've, well, not massive, but, definitely a fall to the downside, we're at a pretty pivotal area right now. Why? Well, there's many reasons why. There's kind of like 203 range is just super important, right? Very important in my opinion. First and foremost, right, is a 0.5 Fibonacci retracement is sitting at pretty much 205 with a 0.618 sitting at pretty much 200. So 203 is right in the middle. So that kind of, few dollar range is very crucial to hold in my opinion, right? 205 to $200, right? Very, very crucial to hold. If we start losing $200 per share, I'm not going to lie, I will probably start getting a bit more bearish. And I do think we'll probably head down decently lower to like 180s to 170s. I think that's a possibility, but obviously it's an if. It's a massive if, right? Who knows? We'll see. So far, we haven't broke below and we're holding, and we're so far finding a little bit of a bounce, which, is a nice thing to see. So that's number one, right? The Fibonacci retracement, boom. Bull flag, right? We're at the bottom of the channel. If there's a place to bounce, so far it is the place to bounce. You can see here, well, this obviously naturally would be the place to bounce. And technically the next target would be the top of the channel of this bull flag or a downward channel, which will put us somewhere around even as early as tomorrow. Honestly, if things go well, we can even see 214 even tomorrow if things go well. We'll see, of course, we'll see. But, that is a possibility for us to retest that tomorrow or Friday. So there's that. The next thing I want to talk about is going to be going over to the daily chart. The reason this is important on the daily chart is because, well, let's talk about the resistance levels first and support levels first, right? I talked about yesterday how, the first 207-ish range is very important, but I would not be surprised to see us move down to 203. That's what I pretty much exactly said word for word yesterday. And that's exactly what happened. We came exactly down to 203. Why is 203 important? Well, 207 was this range back here, but 203 is the range that we still got rejected by over here, right? It's the level that we just recently were getting rejected at pretty much right over here after that massive market crash, if you will, situation that happened, right? We came up to 203 like several times and just got rejected by it over and over and over, right? And so far, we're coming back down into it. And, we're taking this level that was a resistance. If I zoom in really closely here, was a resistance all the way back here on the left. And now we turned it into a support. Perfect. That's what I just see. So far, so good. Obviously, we're not out of the woodworks just yet. There's still some bearish aspects, right? For instance, that haunting daily stochastic is still bearish, though it is, of course, finally retraced to the middle range, which is nice. So again, it doesn't have to go all the way to the bottom and all the way to the, no, it can stop in the middle and we can kind of chill around here. That's also very plausible, right? But another very major thing that, why this 203 range is very important is because, well, remember when we were all the way back here still trading, right? Remember this green line, the 200-day moving average, a pretty important one, right? I'm not the biggest fan of moving averages because I see stocks sliced and diced through up and down moving averages left and right. Like, honestly, it happens so often. But, something like the 200-day moving average, regardless if you like or dislike moving averages, it's worth paying attention to. It's worth paying attention to. Why? Because it's just very large weighted. There's a lot of, you have 200 days, right, of like price action weighted into it, if that makes sense, right? So it's pretty important, to say the least. It's pretty important. When we were back here after the market crash and we came up to that, 203 range several times, we got rejected by it actually over and over and over until we finally pushed through it, right? We finally pushed through it. Today, what are we doing? We came right down into it and we supported off of it. So far, so good. If we can close today, by the way, above 207, that'll be freaking awesome. I don't know if we will, but if we can, that'll be a big thumbs up. Now, right, that's the way I'm looking at it, right? We came down and we bounced right off of that 200-day moving average. That's a good sign so far. We're holding. Obviously, again, I want to make it very clear. There's still more work to be done, but so far, so good. We're holding pretty crucial levels here. Again, this is why, another reason why, if we do lose 203, I'm not gonna lie, I will not be very happy right now as a bull. Like, that would not be ideal, right? There's still some momentum issues, right? Again, stochastic bearish, BX trend on the daily, lower lows, still bearish red band, right? Like, we're not out of the woods yet, right? There's definitely more work to be done, at the very least, to recapture, reclaim, and hold above 207 at least. But the fact that we're, if there's a spot to find a potential bottom to finally start getting the momentum back upwards, right, it would be here. This would be the range right here. This is like 203-ish level. This really, really would be the ideal range to do it at. What else is there, right? So the other thing we can talk about, of course, is going to be that inverted head and shoulders, right? We have the inverted head and shoulders potential pattern setting up here, right? Where, let me go ahead and remove this for now, right? Where on the daily, 1 hour chart rather, we can take a look at it really quickly here, right? So we've been falling pretty substantially, and we have been kind of setting up. So we have we've been falling like this, kind of like this, right? Boom. That's probably the easiest way to look at it, actually. That's probably the best way to illustrate this inverted head and shoulders. Obviously this one's a little bit lower. I can redraw to make it look more precise to like literally what we are, dealing with here, but right, something like that. Again, inverted head and shoulders, they don't have to be absolute perfection. The left shoulder and the right shoulder don't have to be perfectly like identical to each other in terms of the range or the, how low or how high it went ultimately, right? But this is pretty damn good. And the reason this is pretty good is, remember how I said yesterday, I don't want to enter the territory of the head. To me, the territory of the head pretty much begins really well below, like 203 to 200. Below that is where the territory of the head of this inverted head and shoulders bullish pattern begins. That's where I do not want Tesla to enter, when we didn't. We got close to it today, but we didn't. We ended up bouncing off where we needed to, and so far so good as we head into Nvidia earnings, which again, I think will determine whether or not we continue to the downside, or maybe, yeah, we do bottom here and at the very least come up to the top of the channel as early as tomorrow, right? I am in some bullish positions. I am in a bullish Tesla position. I am in a bullish AMD position, and I'm in a bullish Nvidia position, right? But my bullish Nvidia position is just a sold put. I'm very safe about it. I have a sold put for this Friday for, I think, what is it, 117. I did a lot of premium. The premiums are absolutely just skyrocketing right now, but very light position for me, extremely light position on Nvidia, because it is pretty high risk, right? I'm not willing to risk too much at all here, but as long as Nvidia goes up, sideways, or barely down at all, I win in that position on that sold put. And that's just the way I'm playing Nvidia, at least. But yeah, that's kind of the way I'm looking at it right now. And that's the way I'm looking at Tesla. So again, if things go well and if Nvidia doesn't crash the markets, I do think Tesla should, at the very least, again, could be even this week, come up to about 214. I think that's a very real possibility. And if we get to 214 and start breaking back above 214, we're not only recapturing a pretty important, now resistance level, but hopefully turning into a powerful support. But we'll also be breaking out of this bull flag / downward channel as well. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing right now moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, all hinges on this Nvidia earnings. Let's hope it goes well. But yeah, good luck to anyone playing it. Good luck to everyone, really, just in general. And I'll see you all tomorrow, as per usual. So until then, thanks for watching. Peace. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say, Nvidia. A lot of calls coming in for Nvidia, especially but down here. I remember I saw a bunch on here, a lot of $1 million calls coming in on Nvidia throughout the day. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how it goes. We'll see absolutely how this is going to go. This is going to be a spicy one. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.